I felt terrible about the game, and it turned out even worse than I imagined. And well. Welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm Wat2K99. Thank you as always for taking the time to watch these videos. So I just got home and in the door after watching just an absolute whitewashing as the Dallas Cowboys just trounced the New York Jets 30-10. Hey, the Jets did do a lot better than the Giants did for what that's worth, which is that a nickel will get you 5 cents. But I'm actually going to do this a little bit differently than I normally would. I'm going to get to the 3 key plays you may not remember that affected the outcome of the game. But I have a lot of thoughts. The first thing I want to say is this. If you are putting Zach Wilson as the number one reason the Jets lost this game, go back and rewatch it. Because duanebrown was he was moving around there like he was in quicksand. I know Micah Parsons is great, no question about it. But he was beating Brown with the same move again and again and again and again. It was absolutely laughable. And what was with Robertsaleh and Jeffulbrich? Couldn't they have given him a little bit of help on the left side? You know, maybe have one blocker kind of make sure that Parsons isn't getting single coverage against, an offensive tackle who'll be collecting Social Security next month. What are we doing, coaching staff? What was that? I know Parsons is great, but you allowed him to be all-world in this game. Terrible job by the offensive line in this game. I thought Zach Wilson did as much as he could for 3 quarters until the game was completely out of hand. Then he was just taking shots. Then the interceptions came. I don't even care about the 3 interceptions at this point. That is the least of my worries right now, were the interceptions at the end of the game. I thought Zach made some very good decisions with the ball, knowing when to run, knowing when to actually throw the pass. Could still use a little bit of help with the sliding, but on that last drive in the first half, he took what the defense was giving him. He was running when he had to, and I thought he made some good decisions there using his legs. So I actually was kind of encouraged about the way Zach Wilson played. What I never expected to have happen was the way this defense came out there and stunk the joint out. This defense played like crap. Absolute crap. This reminded me of the old Eric Mangini and Rick Ryan days when the defense, not even that good, when they would play well but allow a big drive to just break their hearts. This defense didn't even show up. They didn't show up. The only time they got a pass rush on Dakprescott, they're taking penalties. What was with those penalties at the end of the first half? John Franklin Myers, not the first time he's taken a huge roughing the passer penalty late in a game, late in the first half. Need I remind you about the Patriots game last year? michealclemons, we all love him. What was he doing? Another roughing the passer call. What were they doing? The tackling? Oh my gosh. How many missed tackles? I can't wait for the missed tackle stats to come out, because the tackling this team was showing was putrid. Jordan Whitehead, he played a decent game. He made some tackles, was wrapping players up. He looked good. But it felt like the Dallas yards after contact, when it comes out, it is going to be crazy. The Jets could not execute on defense at all. I felt they had an advantage over the Dallas offensive line. They didn't get near Prescott. They allowed Dak Prescott to complete 31 of 38 passes, including his first, I think it was 13 passes. Oh my God, they made him look like Joe Montana, Johnny Unitas, Peyton Manning, and all rolled into one in this game. My God, just looking at the first drive of the game, I'm actually going to get to the 3 key plays right now. Then I'm going to get to a few stats that are just really pissing me off about this game. Okay, so the first play I'm going to mention is the Cowboys' first drive of the game. The drive that really set the tone for the entire day, because the Cowboys have a 3rd and 6 on the Jets 20, and they've been going down the field quite efficiently. The Jets do something that they do less than any other team in football. They blitz. They actually send 6 after the quarterback. They can't get to Prescott. He moves up in the pocket and winds up running for a 15-yard gain all the way down to the 5-yard line. And it was, I believe, 3 plays later that Dak Prescott throws the touchdown pass to Jake Ferguson for the first of several touchdowns that the Cowboys offense would score. But then we go to play number 2. Now, at this point, there's 5:41 to go in the second half. Jets are down 10-7. They just scored their only touchdown of the game with that great pass to Garrett Wilson, who took it to the house. And the Jets are going to get the ball to start the second half. So it would really behoove them to hold the Cowboys to 3 points or less. Stay within 1 score. And then they get a third down. They force the Cowboys into 3rd and 3 at the Jets' 47. And on shotgun, they complete a short pass to the running back Turpin, who takes it for 9 yards. And from there, the Jets barely had a chance to stop them. Of course, they did force the third down, but then came the John Franklin Myers roughing the passer penalty, where he hit him late and went low. He should have had 2 penalties on that play. One for the roughing the passer and one for being brain dead. I still can't get over that play that he made. Yeah, and eventually the Cowboys do score the touchdown with 1:52 to go in the first half. And then Mike McCarthy, just to twist the knife in our hearts a little more, goes for a 2-point conversion and, of course, gets it. But then the Jets do come back down. They kick the field goal. It's 18-10. And I got to tell you, at halftime, I was feeling actually a little bit relieved because I felt the Jets had a very, very lackluster performance in the first half. And I figured, well, they got the ball first. Let's see what can happen here. And I was actually expecting Jeffulbrich to read this defense the freaking riot act for the dumb penalties, for the missed tackles, for the lack of execution that they showed in this game. The Cowboys completing 1 third down after another. At one point, they were 6 for 7 on converting third downs. That's an NFL defense! That's a top 5 defense in the NFL! But then they came out in the second half and it was more of the same crap is all it was. It just got worse as it went on. As the Cowboys on their first 4 drives hit field goals. They didn't get in the end zone again, but the outcome was never in doubt. But that first drive of the second half the Jets had, this is going to be play number 3 because why go any later than that in the game? It was the first pass that Zach Wilson threw. First play of the half. Throws that little short pass to Breecehall. Breece can't handle it, and it becomes 2nd and 10. And after that, the Jets go actually backwards 7 yards. And from then on, what happened after that? Fumble. These were the Jets' drive after this. The Dalvin Cook fumble. I'll get to him in a minute. Fumble, punt, interception, interception, interception. Way to go, Nathaniel Hackett. Way to go, Zach Wilson. And way to go, this crappy offensive line. I want to give them a little grace, I really do, because, Dallas is that good of a defense, I know it, but they didn't counter, they had no answers for what was being done, they didn't adjust to try to block anybody. My goodness, Breecehall gets 4 runs in this whole game. Zach Wilson had more rushing attempts than any Jets running back. He had 5, Breece and Dalvin had 4. Now, on to Dalvin Cook for just one moment. When the Jets signed him, I was not happy about it. I wasn't angry, but I didn't have a lot of confidence that it was something the Jets really needed. I felt Cook's best days were behind him, but especially after the loss of Corey Davis, I said, okay, you have some insurance for Breecehall. I guess I can get with it. But I don't know. I would have been fine going into the season with Breece, Michael Carter, and Israel Abanikanda. Maybe it's time to dress him, by the way. Just maybe it's time. And Cook just has just a back-breaking fumble. But now I'm seeing people advocating that Cook needs to be cut right now. It's just typical idiotic overreacting. You don't cut a player over one play, especially when Micah Parsons forces it. Okay? We knew that Dalvin Cook was prone to dropping passes and fumbling the football. This should not have surprised people that he fumbles the ball. Okay? Let's just be clear. You don't cut a player based off one play. Now, I don't think the Jets gave anywhere near what they were capable of. And I didn't expect them to win this game. I said from the beginning, give me 3-3 going into the bye, but let 2 of those wins be against Buffalo and New England, and I would take it. And to me, the mission has not changed. Garrett Wilson's supposed to be okay. Got the wind knocked out of him, but he's supposed to be okay. Quincy Williams, I'm worried about his knee. We'll see what that winds up being. Again, I just have to go. But to me, the Jets gave nowhere near what they were capable of. I was scared of a letdown after the short week, after the emotional victory, after losing their quarterback, and it all came to fruition. I would rather be happy and wrong than pissed off and right. And right now, I am very pissed off about being right. That's the truth. It's not about my ego. I want to be wrong and see this team be great. That's what it's all about. But they were not in the Cowboys league today. Not even close. Here are some stats from the end of the game. This is just these are high school level stats. First downs, Dallas had 26, the Jets had 12. Third down conversions, the Cowboys went 9 for 18, the Jets 1 for 10. Rushing yards, the Cowboys 134, the Jets 64. Turnovers, the Cowboys had 0, the Jets had 4. It's a little harder for this team to be good when the defense isn't taking the ball away, isn't it? Total plays, Cowboys 83, Jets 46. And the time of possession, Dallas 42 minutes and 15 seconds. The Jets 17 minutes and 45 seconds. What the hell was that? That was 3 hours of just getting straight. And of course, we have a table of about 16 Cowboy fans, all about 300 pounds, doing their little whoop whoop chants, giving us the nah, hey, hey, goodbye as they're walking out the door, acting like complete pricks, because that's what they were. Yes, they have the right to be happy. You don't have the right to shove it in, your opponent's faces. After this, I got to be honest with you, I'm really looking forward to seeing the Cowboys choke in the playoffs again, which is what they do every year. And hey, I'll even put the unlit cigar in my mouth just like Stephen A. Smith. You got to be kidding me. This was horrific. I swear, 5 minutes into the second half, I was just praying for the game to be over. Because we all knew it was. It was just holding on and just praying nobody would get hurt. But you know what? This team has had a come to Jesus moment. They have to really take a look at themselves and realize it is going to take a special, extraordinary level of effort to win these games, especially without Aaron Rodgers. And by the way, I don't think the outcome would have been that much different with Aaron Rodgers in the lineup. He still would have been under the same pressure. Maybe he would have thrown a couple of balls away. But the bottom line is the running game would not have gone very far. Okay, and the pressure would have been no difference. It would have been the same crappy offensive line. And again, this defense, that is the number one culprit to me in this game, is the defense, then the offensive line. That's me. If you disagree, no problem. That's cool. But to me, I expected a lot more from this defense against an offensive line that had, several backups, was missing its number 2 wide receiver. And they allow guys like Turbin and Dowdy and whoever the hell these people are to look like Emmitt Smith and Tony Dorsett. Terrible. With the missed tackles, with the penalties, that's what I can't accept, is mental mistakes and stupid-ass football. And this was a stupid-ass performance by the Jets defense. Elite my ass! So turn it around, get your head out of your asses, and get ready to maybe put up a battle and finally beat this team that has just tortured us for the last 20 years, and a team that we haven't beat since December of 2015 in the New England Patriots at home. Get back in our good graces. Go out there and take care of New England for a change. For a change. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I'll see you Wednesday night for the live show. See you right back here with more content from you know where. The Wicker Chair.